So with the recent nerfs to a lot of the favorite guns in Warzone, I want to give you my top 3 loadouts for Rebirth. Yeah, this is Rebirth and Rebirth only, so if you're asking yourself what's stopping me from using this on Verdansk, then nothing's stopping you from using this on Verdansk. But I am changing a few things around, a few attachments, so you get the highest efficiency on a smaller map like Rebirth. Hey, if this is your first time here, I go by Gdub. If you like what you see, don't forget to drop a like. If you have any suggestions, drop a comment. And if you've done both, might as well hit the follow button below for more Call of Duty content. I'm also streaming over on Twitch on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 3 to 5. Sometimes we go a little bit longer depending on the day, but the link is down below. All right, so let's get into it. The very first gun I'm standing by is gonna be the War AK47. This guy has been given the blind eye only because of the recoil, but while using the SUSAT multi-zoom, I feel it's giving me a lot more control over the gun. Obviously, when you change the sight, it's just a visual recoil thing. You're not actually changing the recoil pattern, but just reducing visual recoil makes a big difference in how you control the gun. That's one of the advantages of having an FOV slider. So with this AK, we're doing the Grau suppressor, the Spetsnaz RPK barrel, the Spetsnaz grip. Remember, all 3 of these reduce recoil. The SUSAT, obviously, and then the 45 round mag. If you want, you can change out the 45 round mag for the 60 round mag, but it does slow down your ADS by a lot. I like to pair the AK with an SMG with range and very low recoil, like the Bullfrog. The Bullfrog really complements an AR with noticeable recoil like the AK very well. If you have to, you can switch out to your Bullfrog and you can put the last shots on an enemy that a regular SMG wouldn't be able to reach. So for the Bullfrog, we're gonna have the Grau suppressor, Task Force barrel, Tiger Team Spotlight for that extra mobility, the KJV stock, the Grau elastic wrap. If you want, you can change out the wrap for a 65 round mag or 85 round mag, whichever you prefer. But the Bullfrog comes with 50 rounds by default, and I've never been in a situation where I needed more than that. All right, for our second loadout, we're gonna start off with the Grau. The Grau has been one of those weapons that's been on the cusp of coming back into the spotlight for a long time, ever since its very first nerf last year, and it's still doing that today. With the recent Krieg nerf, the Grau is the hardest hitting AR with no recoil, or low recoil depending on who's holding the weapon. The Krieg is still phenomenal, don't get me wrong, but the Grau is slightly better, and slightly is all you need when you're facing somebody that hasn't changed their loadouts from last season. So for the Grau, we're gonna use the monolithic suppressor, Tempest Archangel barrel, Commando foregrip, 60 round mag, and tac laser for ADS speed. You can change out the tac laser for a sight if you want to, but this is Rebirth, so I don't think we're gonna need a sight. Most of the time, you don't even need a sight on Verdansk. For the secondary, we're going with a gun that did get nerfed last week, but it's still at the top of the food chain when it comes to SMGs. That's the OTS. OTS is probably the best SMG in the game right now, even with the nerf. The OTS got a slight nerf to its range, but it's still as hard hitting as ever. Or I guess it's not as ever, but it still packs a punch. So for the OTS, I'm rocking the Grau suppressor, 7.5 reinforced because that's all I have. You can use the last barrel if you want. I don't have it leveled up yet. Tiger Team Spotlight for mobility. Most of our SMGs have the Tiger Team Spotlight. Only time you're changing out the Tiger Team Spotlight for a different attachment on an SMG is when it's an SMG with a lot of recoil, like the Cold War MP5. And then the 40 round mag and elastic wrap. And our last loadout is gonna be a gun that's been on top of its category since season 0. The Kar 98 is the best sniper in Warzone, and honestly, I don't think it's ever going to be dethroned. I know the Swiss is a close second, but the flinch that you get on the Swiss is horrible. And for someone that likes to be in people's faces with their sniper, the flinch is very off-putting. It's very hard to quickscope people when you're getting shot at, and your reticle goes 20 feet up. So for the Kar 98, I'm sure you've seen the loadout. Everything on my loadout is exactly the same except for one thing. We're taking the barrel off. We're going to take the barrel off because this is Rebirth. It's played more like a multiplayer than a battle royale. So I'm using it how I would use it in multiplayer. I'm not going to promote anybody camping and sniping in fucking top tower. So if you want the regular loadout, which is just as good, the regular loadout is going to be monolithic suppressor, 27.7 barrel, tac laser, sniper scope, and precision comb. And the loadout that I use for Rebirth, all you're gonna do is take off the barrel and put on stippled grip tape. The ADS is gonna be insane. You're gonna be able to quickscope people everywhere without the flinch the Swiss gives you. Now for the SMG. The SMG we're gonna use with the Kar 98 is gonna be the Mac 10. The Mac 10 is a perfect sniper support. It has a range and it's fast enough to keep up with all the other guns on Rebirth. So for the Mac 10, we're gonna use sound suppressor, Task Force barrel, Field Agent grip, 43 round drum, and Raider stock. All right, those are my top 3 loadouts to use on Rebirth and Rebirth only. All right, so If this is your first time here, I go by Gdub. If you liked what you saw, drop a like. If you have any suggestions, any comments, something I could change, drop a comment. And if you did both, might as well drop a follow. Remember, I'm over on Twitch on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays starting at 3 p.m. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you guys, and I will catch you in the next one.
No, I didn't.